record this. Let's try this again. Let's try to record this again. It may go out again. Have to do a little bit, try to do a little bit more extreme, probably like a 5-minute intermission if this goes out again. So if I'm going out again, it's my internet service provider having issues, or probably the modem itself. I sit up there talking with them for 22 minutes and try to explain to them I do a radio show and I do Sabbath and I need consistent speed and, politics as usual, of course. But let's go on to the scriptures right here about the stability of faith. Now, before I got on here, I was watching the Gathering Church of Christ's Bible study lesson, and look, of course they usually bring it forth. I watch others. I watch the Israel United Christ as well. They seem like the only two I do pay closely attention to as far as biblical understanding. In my area, there's not really nobody here, or an elder, or whatever the case, somebody who could teach me. So I pretty much have to learn on the fly when it comes to a number of things in the truth, and plus a lot of that I learned through the knowledge I've done with work with esotericism and other faiths. Before I came to the truth, of course, I was an atheist at the age of 20, and of course I got into esoteric and Hinduism, all types of other Egyptianology, science, and knowledge. So that's why I consider this truth as real, and the other stuff is part of Lucifer's circle. Because I've been there and I've done that. So, I done had the Ankh, I done had the eye beads, the Burmas, and I done had the cross, I done had the hexagram, the pentagram, and all this other stuff, and the yin yang, the Taoism, etc. So, some people are quickened in the spirit and the faith to come to the truth, and they do well. Some excel greatly, exceedingly. Others takes a little time, but they manage to do well. Someone like myself, it's not I didn't excel, it's just the fact that a lot of the time I was trying to disprove it, to believe that it was not true, but it was true. I had to come to the truth, just like Paul. Paul didn't believe it, and that's why he was persecuting the Christians. That's why he was killing them and all this stuff, and then he came to the truth, and he knew he was the wickedest of the wicked, and he has to be the holiest of the holy. So, I used to be slamming, people in the truth and stuff like that and try to disprove them. Now I'm in the truth, and myself is now sticking up for them, because I have to. That's pretty much my goal. It's not to be what you call I doubt if I'm the elect. I could care less if I am or not. I'm concerned about just bringing the word to the Most High, bringing the gospel as is, and not this. Well, we're gonna teach the New Testament. Well, no, we're just gonna teach the Old Testament. Well, we're just gonna teach the Middle Testament. No, you got to teach the Old, the Middle, and the New Testament in order to get true understanding of what the Word says. And I notice that there are some people who are quickening in the faith, who are strong in the spirit, who are very good at what they do. But then you have those out there who go a little too far and not stick with the basics, like the laws, commandments, and statutes, the high holy days, the Sabbath, or adhere to all the other laws that you should apply to yourself, to your everyday life, the dietary laws as well, and things that what you used to do you cannot do anymore, such as clubbing, partying, smoking weed. There's brothers in the truth that's still smoking weed, still doing drugs. Now I know if you're a repentant brother who is fighting to get out of that madness, yes, we understand. But if you're a brother who know the truth and you're still doing it, and you know that what you're doing is, you're not making an effort to get rid of that issue while learning from the truth, then the sin is on you. But at the same token, then you got those out there who, they'll get into the truth and they'll go all directions. I mean, just all over the place. And if you got the basics down, yes, you can expand out to the Greek, to the Hebrew, into other things, but I like to keep it basic. And believe it or not, there's a number of things y'all talking about I already knew before I came to the truth. But I stick to the basics. Now, can we expand a little bit, like the book of Enoch, the Jubilees? Yeah, we can do that. But first, let's stick to what we are doing inside. We have to get our spirit correct. And when we get our spirit correct, then we can go and expand on to other things that we might can find out. Because once again, the Bible is like a puzzle. It's like a code. And if you are of the wise, you will be able to understand it. Even the wisest can't crack the code. None of us can. That time will come when Christ comes on this earth and reveals that to us. When the Most High decides He wants to reveal that, just like His name. We fight over His name in days. Some say Yahweh Shai, others say Yeshaya, others say Emmanuel, others say Jesus, etc. But again, Revelations will say that Christ will reveal His true name when He walks the earth again. So everybody's in this up and coming battle royale of, well, this is His name, and that doesn't mean in the Greek, that doesn't mean in the Hebrew. We need to concentrate on what we need to do and what we need to teach to our people as a whole, instead of being concerned about trying to exalt ourselves as thinking that, yeah, we know more than the next person. Let's focus on the basics. Let's focus on the laws, commandments, and statutes. The Hebrew, we can do that at another time. But if you can't master the Bible, what makes you think you can go and try to master Hebrew when you can't master the Bible itself? Master the Bible first of its understanding, then expand on to other things. If we go into Enoch, it's basically to point out a scripture, just like with the books that come in this Bible, and we, of course, will expand on that if it's relating to the book. Now, if we're going other places and other avenues and trying it with the Bible, then if it's righteousness, yeah. If it's not, then I'll just leave it alone until the time comes. Now, there's nothing wrong to expand your mind and knowledge and understanding in the truth, but it is when people are just new to the truth, and then you throwing them to and fro to another stage of understanding that you may know, but the rest don't. So those who don't know the understanding and have not gotten the basics may not know the upper epsilon levels of stages that some of you will get into, and y'all put it on y'all YouTube, Vimeos, Facebook, Twitter, etc. There's nothing wrong with knowledge whatsoever. It's just, when you get to the point to where you're jumping from other things that's not, in the narrow point of the Bible, and putting them into the Bible is, it causes confusion. And I know some who has great zeal, who is definitely great zeal and great knowledge, who is a fervor of the Bible, and they like to do, go and bounce into other things, which is good. But when people who want to understand the truth, and then you throw them with all this, people are gonna be thrown away. They're gonna leave. They're gonna say, this is too confusing for me. I don't want nothing to do with this. And they'll go on with their lives with something in deeper sin, where that opportunity could have helped them. But let's go straight into the scriptures. Okay? Let's go straight into the scriptures. Let's go into the book of Joshua chapter 22, verse 10. Get this over here. Let's go there before this thing shuts out. Let's find that. Okay, here we go. Now, of course, I didn't put one on YouTube last week, so I'm just going to put this one in place of the last week one. I was involved in community service, helping the children We had a fishing derby for the kids. We're doing something for the community, help the children, underprivileged children mainly, of course. Of course, the parents showed up, which is good. That's a good thing, because I know other times the parents will usually leave their children there and then don't pick them up. Then we have to hunt them down to bring their kids back to them. So it went well. So let's go to the book of Joshua, chapter 22, verse 10. All right, chapter 22, verse 10. I know you probably heard this from GOCC, but I'm just going to, for those who didn't listen, I'm just going to reiterate what they was talking about. Basically, I didn't catch all of it just enough to to go through the scriptures and find out what they was talking about. Verse 10. And when they came unto the borders of Jordan that are in the land of Canaan, the children of Reuben, which are what you call today's Aborigines, most of them, or the Seminole Indians, and the children of Gad, the Native Americans, which are today's Native Americans, and the half tribe of Manasseh, which are today's Cubans, built there an altar by Jordan, a great altar to see. Okay, let's go to, I'm wrong, 22 and 20. I'm sorry about that. Just disregard that. 22 and 20. Did not Achan, the son of Zerah, commit a trespass in the accursed thing, and wrath fell on all the congregation of Israel, and that man perished not alone in his iniquity? So let's go to Sirach, or Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 6. Because a lot of people out there, in this world, their minds is in the wrong direction. I know you see all these rappers, these pimps, these porn stars, these people with all this money, these professional athletes, and they got millions and millions of dollars, and people like to chase the money and say, I want to be rich just like Floyd Mayweather Jr. I want to be rich just like Jay-Z. I want to be rich just like 50 Cent. I want to be rich like these men, because these men got money, they got power, people respect them. Women, all kinds of beautiful women come after them if they got money. If you didn't have no money, you wouldn't be nobody. Nobody wouldn't respect you. They'll walk all over you, etc. And that may look like the case, which is true. But these brothers don't have no knowledge. They don't have no spirit in them. The only thing they're doing is making money, but they can't take that money to the kingdom. That money will be meaningless if they were to offer it up to the Most High. It'll be meaningless. Now, can they use that money to help the children of Israel? Yes, the Most High would be pleased with that. If you were to use the money to help the children of Israel, yes, you would. Yes. So let's go to Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 6. Hold on a minute. Yeah. Here we go. For if he curse thee in the bitterness of his soul, his prayer shall be heard of him that made him. Okay. So if you curse thee in the bitterness of the soul, so you want to be bitter, okay? When you I know there's people out there that get upset at others and say, you made me mad, I'm gonna curse you, like Noah did him. See, that's different, because the Most High was on the side of Noah. So whatever Noah, if Noah says something, the Most High will back him up, okay? Because the Most High knows Noah was a righteous man. So when he cursed Ham's son Canaan, that came in effect, okay? And of God's prophets, yeah, you will be cursed if they on the side of the Most High backs them up 100%. You are going to be cursed. But for somebody like you and I going around trying to curse someone because we don't like what you said or what you did, etc., then it's not going to work. It ain't going to work. Because when you try to curse somebody and don't repent from doing that, actually the curse comes on you. You're not supposed to curse your own people. But let's go into Proverbs chapter 15, verse 16. Proverbs 15, verse 16. Better is little with the fear of the Lord than greater treasure and trouble therein. So, if you have fear of the Most High, you have the greatest treasure, because if you fear the Most High, you obey His laws, His commandments, His statutes. You adhere to the Sabbath to the best of your abilities. You will walk the straight line to the best of your abilities. You won't be going out there and 1 minute you getting your freak on Friday, you sucking on Saturday, and then you praying on Sunday. That's what your today's modern day Constantine slave Christians doing. They getting their freak on Friday, and either they sucking, a woman sucking another man's, part of the anatomy, or a man putting his lips on a woman's part of anatomy Saturday, and on Sunday they go into prayer and talk about have the preacher and the reverend bishop, whatever the hell you want to call that person, lay hands on you and save you. So you get saved on Sunday. Every Sunday you get saved because you sinning from Monday through Saturday, but on Sunday you get saved. Ain't that something? That don't make any sense. And that's why the majority of you are going to be put to death when the time comes. Now, if I'm not in the truth, if I'm not in the state in the consistent spirit, I'll be put to death too. If I stray off and do Christian stuff, I'll be put to death. Yes, sir, I will be put to death as well if I don't follow this book. So I also hold myself accountable as well. And some of you people will say, you talk a certain way. That's not holy. Christ never talked like that. That's not right. You haven't read the Bible. And just like one, I guess it's a lady, complained on one of my Jack Radio videos that I was talking about Rachel Jean Tall looking like an Olmec and a half-breed Chinaman, which she does. I mean, I was looking like an Olmec and a half-breed Chinaman when I was almost her size. I was like 360 pounds. I done dropped over 100 pounds. And, and then the lady talk about, yeah, you fat. And someone to call you fat, blank, you would get upset. I said, no, I wouldn't. I'll tell them I lost over 100 pounds. Look at me now. See? I know a lot of you seen my old videos that, 3 years ago, about to croak or something. I decided to do something about it. When I got in this truth, that's when I started changing my body. I changed my mind when I came in this truth, and then the mind changes, which means the body follows. You remember the old saying, if the mind does, the body follows. So mentally I said, look, I need to get myself in shape. I need to cut down on what I eat. And one of them was pork chops. One other was catfish and shrimp and lobster and crab and all the other decadent foods and all the other junk. And I cut out on that. I cut all that out of my system. And look at me. I dropped over 100 pounds and still losing weight. Now I'm gaining because I'm putting on muscle. But I want to lose more now. And then put probably like 15, 20 pounds of muscle back on. But I'm putting muscle on now. So I'm gaining 11 pounds for putting on muscle. Got 11 more pounds of muscle. But I want to lose probably like 30, 40 more pounds and then keep the muscle. But it's like a battle. If you want to build muscle and then you don't want to lose at the same time, because when you lose weight, you lose muscle too. So you want to keep a balance and even kill of lean mass. And, we'll get into that stuff another time. But she was upset at me for so-called slandering Rachel. I didn't slander her. Now, if she was a slender woman and I call her fat and Olmec, then that would be slander. Then there would be something that's not true. But I didn't lie. she do look like a half-breed Chinaman. If you look at her eyes look like this. I'm not making fun of the Oriental people whatsoever, because I used to look like that when I was 350, 360 pounds, looked like a fat Chinaman. Because I was so fat, I had fat all over my eyes and stuff like that, and it was just ridiculous. Now people don't even recognize me now because of the weight loss, because of the massive weight loss side, and there wasn't no ally or liposuction or any of that crap. No, it was hard pumping iron, baby, strength training, pure solid high intensity training. It was painful. Don't get me wrong. It was extremely painful. But you know what? The pain has subsided, and the results have shown. The results have shown. So, and she got upset with that. And I didn't respond. I'm not going to respond to somebody like that. They don't know nothing. But people. I mean, you look at the Bible. Christ called a woman a dog. Christ said that the one who betrays the Son of God, who mouths have never been born. He called the scribes and Pharisees a bunch of hypocrites. I mean, Christ wasn't no softy or sissy boy like y'all want to portray as Cesare Borgia and all this other images. Got pink, red lips, cherry lipstick or something like you got lipstick on or something. Y'all got that portrayal of him as a effeminate. Christ is not an effeminate. He's a masculine man. He was a black man. And you don't gotta believe that. Fine. Hey, go to Revelations and Daniel. So let's continue before this thing shuts off. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. Okay, Lamentations, Ezekiel. Here we go. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. Here we go. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fulfill their vows, because it is the stumbling block of their iniquity. So those out there who are chasing paper, who are rapping, say ain't nothing wrong. If you're talented, if you're gifted, use your talent, use your gift. If you